Geoguessr for our viewer challenge episode for this week. Today's cast of characters here is myself, Modi Apparatus, and Elzarath.
Hello.
Dr. Jamie.
Hello.
Fixer.
Yo.
Matt in the Hat.
Hello.
The Pastafarian.
Greetings!
And last but not least, Tulkas.
This is my second time ever being in voice chat with Neil, and I'm so excited, yay!
Hi, Tulkas.
God.
I love you, Neil!
I know.
At least it didn't sound as disappointed as the first pairing of Maroka and Tulkas in UHC.
Team suicide, yay! Joy! Happiness.
Alright, so this week's challenge was submitted by Pita9. You can join the link, will be in the description if you want to play along. Pita9. Pita.
We will
We've been
continue to
practicing.
butcher your name, I'm sorry.
Yes, sorry, Pita, if that is a real name. So this will be a 2-minute time challenge. We'll have Fixer doing the timing for us, so try to limit yourself to 2 minutes if you're playing along with us, and you're submitting scores or anything like that. We have a small team of people here. This is nearly a baseball team here going on right now, so it's gonna hopefully not take too much time to record all this, but we'll try to be pithy and keep it on point. So everybody ready to go?
Indeed.
Ready?
Pithy with Pita. Alright, in 3, 2, 1, go!
Again, apologies for the terribleness of the aspect ratio. Tried to fix for half an hour and failed. So Bergstraat! Well, that's Eastern. By the way, that's Eastern as with relation to Indiana. All cardinal directions are relating to Indiana in the United States of America. Hashtag ethnocentrism, hashtag xenophobia, hashtag hate. Because what is life if you cannot hate? The Bergstraat! Man, this looks like a big city. Bergs that like maybe Pasta has been to. I mean, it's the old version, and that's actually bad. Cause like in the last one that we did, I actually like knew where we were. Like I'd been to a place where like the guess was, because it was a new version. And that didn't like give me like a big win. It was only a little win. And I'm so excited. Oh, Ford, build Ford tough. We have Neil. It's just like Neil, you know. Neil, make up all my control, my destiny. That probably tells me something. Where's the timer? Oh, do we not have timers? Oh, right, we don't. I don't think. Shall we say? Cultural Kinnemstrunning Bergstraat. I could be spending my time looking for Bergstraat, but like I'm not sure that will. This is not helping me. Just go, work, happen. I must defeat the Neil. Defeat the Neil. Versgit King. Iduring, welcome. Bank. I'm going to assume that this is like Germany because it looks like Germany. I will go like there, Germany. Yo, near Berlin. Bergstraat. I'm gonna look for Bergstraat. Yeah, Bergstraat.
Time's up. I knew I should have guessed Germany.
Yes.
I zoomed in too far. I wanted to guess. I just zoomed in on the map, and I wanted to guess Germany, and I accidentally put my thing in Poland and didn't like look twice at it because I wasn't too sure where we are. Anyways, I really wanted to pick Germany there. It didn't really matter in the end. It was pretty far off, but I got 2203 with my score here. Elzarath, how'd you do?
I guessed up in Scandinavia, got 2146.
Oof. Dr. Jamie.
I went for Britain. Grey sky, boring hedgerows. It seems fit. I got 2,482.
Not too bad. Fixer?
I saw Bergstraat, which sounded German to me, so I guess Germany got 2542.
Yeah, it did not seem like Belgium to me, but yeah, I'm not too familiar with languages, I guess. We have Matt.
I saw a long string of consonants and vowels in a word, and so I placed it in Wales. I got 2386.
That was kind of the reason I put it in Scandinavia.
Pasta, how'd you do?
I knew it had to be Belgium or Denmark because of the color of the car license plates. It was white with a reddish touch. And after a while, I saw more cars which had this plate, and on the right side, the little blue square, which stands for the European Union. And since Denmark isn't or has a different sign, and I saw the B, it had to be Belgium. So 3,243 points.
Very nice.
Very nice.
And Tulkas.
I guessed near Berlin and got 23-23.
All right, so Pasta obviously had a little bit of advantage there, but
Yep.
we'll see if it evens out next round.
We were all pretty close.
Starting. Yeah, it was not too bad. None of us were
And
too bad here.
regarding the vowels, it was Dutch, the language.
Ah, yeah.
Okay.
I had a feeling. I had mentioned that too in mind that I couldn't tell if it was German or Dutch.
Zoom
but,
in and
took a
look at
chance.
those street names. Holy cow!
Yep. Just a hint there. The northern part of Belgium is mostly speaking Dutch, and the southern part is mostly speaking French.
Flemish.
Can't even
Just look at
pronounce
these three
the
names now. Oh
words.
my god.
Flemish.
Flemish,
Oh my gosh.
sorry. Thank you.
Yeah, I
All
don't
right.
need a lot of phlegm to say those names.
All right, round 2 in 3, 2, 1, go.
I wasn't entirely sure what Flemish was, but I said Flemish, and apparently Pastor said Jerusalem. Is this Jerusalem? I don't think this is Jerusalem. Hi, Jerusalem. But yeah, I wasn't sure what Flemish was, but I said Flemish, and Pastor said that apologized, so I guess I corrected Pastor in something. That was convenient. Bleh. So, chances this is Israel. That doesn't look like Hebrew, so no. Do I know what Hebrew looks like? No, I don't know what Hebrew looks like, do I? I really don't think this is Jerusalem, though, because, like, Jerusalem is, like, landlocked, isn't it? Like, doesn't have a port, and this is nothing if not port. Acqui, Ancora. This is the custom challenge, isn't it? Acqui vai casa. What's... I don't know what's happening. Casa is Spanish? So I want to... And I wish we had a timer thing. Portu. I saw the word Portu. Okay, so Portugal. I saw Portu. Portu. Yeah. Portuguese. The Negocios. I mean, could be a colony of Portugal. I don't think that Portugal has colonies. Like the Bank of Portugal in the Leontes Islands, which I know that's I don't even know how I said that because it's not true. So we're in Portugal and we're along the coast somewhere, and we're looking at Turismo, maybe. Place along the coast called Turismo. Come on.
Time's up.
Ah, crap.
Oh, I was better off my first guess here. I went with northern Portugal because I saw a thing that says Norte. I was like, oh, maybe that means north. It probably was north, but I probably don't have any context to like the relation of the coast here. I got 34-15, so it's not too bad here. Elsrath, how'd you do?
I was torn between South America and Portugal, and I guessed the wrong one.
I think that's why he picked it.
So I got 461 points.
Ouch.
Oh. Neil, how'd you do?
Yeah, I found a sign that seemed to say something like National Bank of Portugal, which is a pretty good indicator. And I ended up with 27.49.
Nice. Fixer, how'd you do?
Well, right near the beginning, there's like I don't know, I don't want to call it a diner, but some kind of place where you eat, a restaurant. And the canopy said Jerusalem.
It did. I saw that.
What?
It did, and I'm like, well,
It was like Cafe Jerusalem or something like that. Yeah.
I don't think Jerusalem's on the ocean, but I'll pick it anyways. Until I saw Portuguese, and then I guessed
God.
Porto, and I got 34.59.
Oh, that's yeah.
Oh,
Porto's
nice.
a good guess there for sure. Matt, how'd you do?
I'm bad at the difference between Spanish and Portugal, but I guess southern Spain and got 22.75.
That's still not that bad. Pasta?
I mistook this for Italian, especially with the license plates. So I picked Corsica, the island by Italy, and got 2,043 points.
Not too bad. And Tulkas?
Yes, Jerusalem is indeed landlocked, so like between the Palestine and Israel. And I also encountered the National Bank of Portugal sign, so I got 2940.
Not too bad, not too bad. All right, so in round 3, let's see how we can do. 3, 2, 1, go.
Modi got 34. He was lucky, Modi. I don't like you. Bad, Modi. Bad. Well, we have cows. So, like, cows. Moo. The car looks sort of American, maybe. Now, this is, cows in America. I did not realize that cows, like, outside. I thought they were all factory farmed or something. Let's not talk about that. Oxbon. I'm never really sure whether to look at the street names or not. Because, like, I mean, if it could say, like, Washington, then, like, it wouldn't, like, it's Washington anywhere. But on the other hand, it could say, like, Tippecanoe. And you'd be like, yo, it's Tippecanoe, Battle of Tippecanoe. In America, there's a Tippecanoe street in Indianapolis, I think, something. Dubac. Since 1936. That suggests that this is, west, because, like, I guess it doesn't suggest really west, because the date that, like, the West became a state, but I don't know if that means anything. No, it doesn't. Mile 1-1. Okay, it's mile 11. I'm proud. Right now I'm looking at Oregon. It's because, like, there's trees and stuff. Trap Creek. Ooh, Trap. Maybe like Midland, Oregon. Could it be Montana? Nah. Ooh, hello. Blah. Blah, blah, blah. I think I might be going back the way I came. Hopefully not. Yeah, this is definitely back the way I came. Never mind. I'm just gonna keep going, I guess. Maybe I missed something, but no, this is just back the way I got completely turned around. I'm just going back along, more admiring the, hopefully, Oregon. Let's just, like, guess now, so I'm not stressed out later. Oregon, like here. Like, no, like here. Guess, like, here.
Time is up.
Here, yeah.
Alright, so the blue is where it actually was, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, alright, so I went with near Portland, just because I saw a sign that said Pacific County, like, car club or something like that for Adopt a Highway program. So I thought it was going to be on the Pacific. It wasn't. It was further away than I thought it would be, but I went with Oregon instead of Washington. But it did have that kind of look of the upper Midwest there, or upper Northwest rather. Elzrath, how'd you do?
I was gonna go for Nebraska at first, and then I started seeing a lot more of like the evergreen kind of trees. So I ended up going up towards Oregon because that's usually more northwest, and I got 2464.
Oregon is very commonly northwest.
Yeah, well, the trees are very commonly northwest.
Typically, Oregon is found in the Northwest.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't say my score either. It was 2852 is my score.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I didn't see any city signs though, or else I would have gotten a little bit closer, I think.
And what was
All
your
I
score?
saw
Did you
was
say?
trees and roads. 2464.
Okay. Neil, how'd you do?
I thought the trees looked kind of Canadian. They were like fir trees. I also kind of didn't want to get a reputation for being that guy who always goes for Canada, which I sort of got last time. And so I went slightly south of the border in Montana and ended up with 2346, which is not so bad. All things considered.
No, that's pretty good.
Indeed.
Fixer?
I couldn't find anything identifiable. I mean, there's some street names and whatnot, but they didn't help at all. I just went with Wisconsin, got 1828.
Oof. Matt, how'd you do?
I had sort of a similar issue, but I went with kind of northern Wyoming. Got 2114.
That's not bad. Pasta?
I found nothing, but right till the end, I think 5 seconds before Fixer said end, I found a sign for Roadworks End, and it said Washington State on it, so I quickly put it down there and got 2687.
Very nice. Very nice find. Tulkas, how'd you do?
The people keep coming. Like, I remember the time it was just like the three of us doing Geoguessr, and now there's like seven. It's like, I don't even know. But I guess the middle of Oregon and got 2569.
All right. So, pretty solid, pretty average scores here, I think. Nobody's really standing out just yet. We'll see what happens with the final rounds here. We got round 4 coming up at you right now in 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, Neil. I love you, Neil. Ooh, this is east. From east to west, he's passed away. But I'm mighty doom was late. The moon should fade, nor would start to pass and tarry nevermore, and hither shore through mortals are. Bank de Trient und Bosen. The bank of the Trient on the Bosen. This looks like, Europe. Cafe, low. Could be Casa di... Looks like Italian. Italian, yes. Maybe? Is this Italian? Or Austrian? I'm tempted to go like Austrian. Yeah, I'm wanting to go Austria at the moment. Geoguessr. I'm not, like, it could be, it seems like just sort of off to me. Like, I was in Italy, which is why I haven't been at Geoguessr for the past while, because I was in Italy and, Scotland. But this is an adventure. Wieskeller. Wieskeller? Helen Keller, maybe? I don't remember which country Helen Keller was in, though. This should be Perkoff House. This looks German. I don't even know. It's a pretty town. Good with that. My people. Okay, this is good.
Holy cow! All right, I was wrong. Italian and Portuguese are very similar.
What?
I got 1997. I went to Portugal again. Yeah, I had seen some of those things mentioned there before, like certain signs. It seemed like they're popping up again and again, but yeah, didn't put it together there. Went with Portugal. 1997 was my score. Elzareth, how'd you do?
I guessed in Germany and got 2410.
Okay, a little bit better. Neil?
I was undecided which European country it would be, and so miraculously, I went for the border that's shared by Switzerland, Austria, and Italy, and ended up with 3323.
Jeez.
Nice. All right. Fixer, how'd you do?
Man, I saw German in there, and then I came across other languages, and I'm like, this has got to be Italian. Gotta be Italian. So I picked Germany and got 2395.
Because of all the Italian pick Germany.
I don't know. I saw more German than Italian, but maybe.
Yeah, I saw a decent amount of German too, like Dutch.
I can explain that later.
Okay.
That sounds good.
When
Matt,
it's my
how'd you do?
turn.
My gut was telling me to go with Italy, but I was seeing like sign colors and all that from when we were in Portugal, so I placed it there. But a lot of the words ending with I and all that were what, like, just pick Italy. But I went with Middle Portugal and got 2010.
All right. And Pasta, how'd you do?
Okay, so from the language, I saw German right away. I saw many wine bars and a something saying Traminer, which is a sort of wine. And I saw some Italian as well, and I knew this had to be the region of Tyrol in northern Italy because I have been there. I picked Miran, which is north of the spot, 37 kilometers away, 43.98.
Wow.
Very nice.
Very nice score. And Tulkis, how'd you do?
I saw German and I saw Italian, so I picked the bit of Austria that is between Germany and Italy, and I got 32.41.
Also nice.
Very nice score. Very nice score. All right, so people are starting to pull away here, it looks like. Final round. We'll decide it all in 3, 2, 1, go.
And I also decide it all. I mean, like, Pastor got a pretty good score there. It's all like Europe's, and Pastor knows the Europe's. Though I realize he's trying to hype up the stuff. Well, that's the European Union flag. That is that French? I think that's the French flag. Because that ain't the Italian flag. Yeah, French flag. We'll say that. Mistrun Ritent Protestere. Yeah, that's French. Okay, so we are in the wonderful city of France with a redded white yellow communist flag, which probably isn't a communist flag, but regardless. All the nice cities. Is that Canada? That's not Canada. It could be Canada because, like, Quebec. I guess it probably wouldn't be though. Like, I don't know. So Saint Theodard. Yeah, Saint Theodard. Be interesting to do one where we could like have the ability to Google. So like I could like Google Saint Theodard and be like, "Yo, Saint Theodard, who are you?" And be like, "Yo, I was the guy in the place." And be like, "Yeah, I'd guess there." And then because saints are like all over the place, I'd be wrong. It would be glorious. Because right now, well, we're in France. Could it be north? Could it be south? I think at the moment the Hippodrome. Apparently they have Hippodromes. That I thought that was a Roman thing, but okay. I guess we'll just Agen and Mothiac. Agen and Mothiac. We'll just look around for Agen. Agen and Mothiac. Okay, we're working on it. Aqua Buffalo. My people need me.
Time's up.
Okay.
All right, I went with Dijon in France, and I got 2468 as my score. Probably could have done a lot better, but I wasn't too sure. I couldn't find any city names, really. So that was my score. Elsrath, how'd you do?
I went with Southeast France because I couldn't find the city names either. Though now that I zoom in, I can see the places it was looking for some of them. Not all of them, though. I got 2535.
Nice. Neil, how'd you do?
Yeah, saw the French, sort of closed my eyes, clicked randomly in France, in the middle somewhere, and ended up with 2709.
Hey, that's a pretty good
Oh,
random
not
guess there.
bad.
Like it. Fixer, how'd you do?
God, that was a tough one. I found what I thought was a city name, although it was Centerville. And it's like, well, that's not going to help. I guessed right in the center of France, just in case, and got 2615.
Pretty solid. Matt?
Yeah, I guessed South Central France. Ended up with 2850.
That's pretty good. Pasta, how'd you do?
I went with Southeast France and got 2565.
Okay, and Tulkas.
I guessed right in the middle. Got 2675.
All right, so right in the middle seems to not be a bad guess, and it seems to be most of the people here picked that. Let's see what the final scores bring us.
I don't wanna.
Oh god, not great. Mine was 12,935.
Oh my god.
Elsrath.
I just barely reached my acceptable limit and got 10,016. Below that, I feel bad about a game. So
Neil?
10,000's good.
13609. Hey.
Nice. Matt.
11635.
And Fixer?
I got 12839, and I would have had a better score if Oregon could just stay put in the Northwest.
Keeps moving. All right, so we're down to Pasta.
14,936.
All right, Pasta's in the lead. And Tulkas?
It's not fair, man, that 4 out of 5 were in Europe when we have the Germans. It's not fair. That's imbalanced. I call it overpowered. I want the ban hammer and the nerf hammer and the thwack hammer, and I got 137848.
We miss you too, Cole.
So we're going to email the devs and see about nerfing Europe. And then we'll crown Pasta our champion for this episode. So congratulations.
Hey.
Yay!
If you enjoyed this and want to submit your own thing for us to play, you can head to geoguessr.com or follow the link in the description to create your own challenge for us to play on a future episode. Thanks for joining us once again, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.